Hello. How are you today? What are you reading?
I'm well, thank you. I'm reading the Bible story of David and Goliath.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Would you like to share with the others today?
Yes, please. I'm always interested in sharing Bible stories, and this one is a very inspirational one. Hey guys, today I am telling you about a courageous boy called David and his inspirational fight with a bad giant guy called Goliath. This happened a long time ago.
Yeah!
The Israelite countryside unfolds, a canvas of rolling hills and sparse greenery stretching into the horizon. Amidst this serene landscape, David, a young shepherd, watches over his flock. His voice carries a psalm, a sweet melody of unwavering faith echoing through the tranquil air. The peaceful demeanor of David fills the landscape with a sense of divine harmony as the melody lingers. In the warm light of his home, Jesse gestures towards a humble offering of bread, cheese, and dried fruits. David stands before him, his youthful face reflecting earnest attention. Sunlight floods the room, illuminating the silent dance of dust motes in the air. With the authority of a father and the concern of a provider, Jesse begins to speak. "David, my son, your brothers fight with Saul's army," Jesse says, his voice filled with paternal care. "Take this food to them, see how they fare, and bring back word." The valley of Elah lies still beneath the sun, a silent stage set for the impending clash. On opposing hills, the Israelite and Philistine armies face each other, a palpable tension hanging heavy in the air. Nervous soldiers shift, their faces betraying fear and a growing sense of demoralization. The air crackles with a tension so thick, it seems almost a tangible presence. David arrives at the Israelite camp, a hive of activity buzzing with worried soldiers. A palpable tension hangs in the air as David navigates through the ranks, the soldiers' anxiety painting a grim picture. Spotting his brothers, David approaches, drawn by a mix of familial concern and youthful curiosity. Fragments of hushed, fearful conversations swirl around him, each mention of Goliath's name a chilling echo. David strains to catch every word, piecing together the terrifying tale of the giant's ominous challenge. The dread-filled name of Goliath reverberates through the camp, casting a shadow of fear over every face. In the Philistine camp, Goliath, a giant clad in armor, strides into the valley, his shadow looming large. He halts, his massive arms rising as he prepares to unleash insults upon the Israelite lines. Goliath's voice booms through the valley, challenging the Israelites. "I challenge the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man, that we may fight together." Inside the dimly lit tent, King Saul sits heavily on his throne, his face a canvas of deep worry. Shadows play around him as Saul's hands twist together, a portrait of utter despair. The weight of the crown seems to crush him as his voice trembles, echoing his inner turmoil. Saul's desperate plea pierces the silence. "Is there no one? No one brave enough to face Goliath?" His voice cracks with disappointment. Is all courage lost in Israel? Dust devils dance across the vast Israelite camp, a swirling prelude to the clash of faith and steel. Young David strides purposefully through the throng, his eyes blazing with righteous fury, a beacon of defiance against the looming shadow. David's voice, sharp and unwavering, cuts through the nervous whispers, challenging the army's fear. "Do none of you feel the shame? This Philistine, this Goliath defies the armies of the living God," David demands, his words echoing with divine conviction. The camp falls silent, the weight of David's challenge hanging heavy in the air. With unwavering resolve, David declares, "I will go and fight this Philistine." Sunlight pierces through the tent, casting long shadows on Saul, the king, who sits heavily armored. Before him, David, a young shepherd, stands with a fire in his eyes. David begins, recounting his past. "I have defended my flock from lions and bears." His voice gains strength as he proclaims his faith in divine protection. "God will deliver me from this Philistine giant." Saul watches him, a flicker of hope igniting in his weary eyes. Sunlight floods the armory, illuminating rows of armor as Saul gestures, presenting a heavy suit to the young shepherd, David. David struggles, the metal plates restricting his movement. Saul presents a massive sword, its polished surface reflecting David's doubtful expression. David takes a practice swing, nearly losing his balance. He shakes his head, removing the armor, and setting aside the sword. David picks up his simple shepherd's staff, testing its weight in his hand as he readies his sling and pouch of stones. David makes his descent into the valley, a solitary figure against the vast landscape. The imposing figure of Goliath looms ever closer, a stark contrast to David's youthful appearance. The Israelite army watches with bated breath, their silence amplifying the tension. The Philistine army mirrors their counterparts, a sea of faces etched with anticipation and disbelief. A profound silence descends upon the valley of Elah, broken only by the distant whisper of the wind. In the valley of Elah, Goliath's towering presence casts a long shadow over the youthful David. Goliath surveys David with contempt, noting his lack of armor. A cruel smile slowly spreads across Goliath's face, revealing his disdain. Goliath's voice booms across the valley. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" David stands firm, facing the giant Goliath, armed only with simple sticks. The silence of the valley amplifies Goliath's challenge, the tension palpable. Under the scorching sun of the valley of Elah, a lone figure stands resolute. David's unwavering gaze pierces through the heat haze, locking onto his formidable opponent. David's voice echoes across the valley. "You come against me with sword and spear." David's voice gains strength, challenging the defiance. "But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." David declares the divine power. "The God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." The valley holds its breath, awaiting the inevitable clash between faith and might. In the valley of Elah, David sprints with youthful vigor towards the looming figure of Goliath. His hand plunges into his pouch, emerging with a smooth stone, a glint of determination in his eyes. With practiced ease, he places the stone securely in his sling. The leather creaks as David whirls the sling above his head, a blur of motion against the sky. With a final decisive release, the stone hurtles towards the giant. The stone streaks across the valley, a silent messenger of David's courage and faith. In the valley of Elah, a stone flies, an unseen force hurtling towards destiny. The stone finds its mark, Goliath's forehead. Goliath stumbles, his massive frame faltering. The giant crashes to the earth, a thunderous sound echoing through the valley. Silence descends as Goliath lies still, his shadow a stark reminder of the battle. The valley witnesses the impossible, a giant felled by a single stone. With unwavering resolve, David races towards Goliath, a whirlwind of youthful determination against a mountain of brute force. Reaching the fallen giant, David seizes Goliath's massive sword. With a swift, decisive motion, he raises the sword high, a flash of steel against the sky. The blade descends, severing Goliath's head in a single, brutal stroke. Goliath's head falls to the ground with a heavy thud. A collective gasp rises from the Philistine army as they witness their champion's demise. Panic erupts, and their ranks dissolve into utter chaos. The valley of Elah explodes with the triumphant cheers of the Israelite army, their jubilation echoing through the landscape. A surge of soldiers floods forward, an unstoppable wave of righteous might crashing against the Philistine lines. The Philistine lines shatter under the Israelite onslaught, scattering in disarray as defeat descends upon them. Faces flush with triumph, the Israelite soldiers bask in the exhilaration of victory, their spirits soaring with newfound confidence. The Israelite army advances, a relentless wave of warriors surging across the battlefield. Swords flash under the sun, cutting down the fleeing Philistines. Cries of victory echo as the Israelites press their advantage. The Israelite soldiers swarm the abandoned Philistine camp, seizing spoils. They tear through tents and wagons, grabbing anything of value. The battlefield is now theirs, a testament to their victory. David, the dust of battle, clinging to his weary face, approaches Jerusalem. In his hands he bears the severed head of Goliath, a chilling testament to his unlikely triumph. Jerusalem explodes with jubilation at the sight of their champion. The streets overflow with citizens, their voices merging into a rapturous symphony of song and dance, celebrating David's victory. David enters Saul's palace, the severed head of Goliath raised high. Saul sits on his throne, his face a mask of awe and suspicion as he witnesses David's triumph. The court watches in silence, their eyes fixed on David, their expressions reflecting the weight of his victory. The grand hall of Saul's palace stands as a silent witness to David's growing legend. Under the blazing sun of Jerusalem, a symphony of color and sound erupts as the women of Israel fill the streets with dance. Their vibrant voices rise, echoing through the ancient city's stone walls, proclaiming, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." A dance unfolds, each step a celebration of strength and unity, under the watchful gaze of the ages. Their voices blend into a powerful chorus, each word a testament to the legends of valor and victory. The ancient stones of Jerusalem seem to pulse with the rhythm of their celebration, a timeless echo of triumph. The city resonates with their song, a vibrant tribute to heroes and a testament to the enduring spirit of Israel. Inside Saul's palace, torchlight flickers, revealing an atmosphere thick with tension as Saul's madness intensifies. Driven by fear and rage, Saul violently hurls a spear toward David. With lightning reflexes, David evades the deadly projectile, narrowly escaping Saul's wrath. The spear strikes the wall, a chilling harbinger of Saul's escalating obsession and relentless pursuit of David. In the heart of the Israelite countryside, David leads his men across the rugged terrain, each step stirring up dust and memories. He pauses, a flicker of sorrow in his eyes, remembering the life he left behind. The sun beats down as the group presses on, their loyalty to David unwavering as they seek refuge in the hills. David, now more than a shepherd, stands vigilant, his hand resting on the hilt of his sword, a protector and beacon of hope. Under the harsh glare of the sun, the rugged landscape reveals the entrance to the cave of Adullam. David, though weary, stands resolute, his men gathering around him, seeking solace and purpose. A motley crew approaches, their faces etched with hardship, each step a testament to their desperation. Distressed, burdened by debt, and discontented with their lot, they seek refuge and leadership in the cave's shadow. In the heart of the wilderness, the cave of Adullam becomes a beacon of hope for the lost and the weary. Amidst the rugged mountains, dust and grit dance in the air as David and his men engage the Philistines in a fierce clash. David moves with swift precision, deflecting blows and striking with deadly accuracy, a beacon of strength and resolve. His voice cuts through the din of battle, guiding his men and shielding the Israelite people from harm. Eyes sharp and calculating, David surveys the battlefield, his strategic mind always one step ahead. Amidst the Israelite countryside, David stands as a seasoned warrior, his presence commanding against the backdrop of rolling hills. The sun paints long shadows, accentuating the strength and resolve etched into his weathered face. His eyes, filled with unwavering determination and deep faith, scan the distant horizon. A gentle breeze whispers through the fields, carrying the scent of earth and the promise of destiny.
Wow, that was amazing. We're looking forward to the next one.